Hey, good morning, everyone. Ben here. Thanks for being here. Thanks for showing up for yourself each and every day. Gonna do a Sunday morning ink blot, and I was trying to go with some earthly tones. So we got brown, we got a bronzish color, green, and this is more like foresty colors, but then with earth, I also got blue. So we're gonna see what comes through. I will show you what came through there, and then we'll go from there. I'll see you in a bit. Bye. All right, everybody. Should be able to see what I dropped and then what came through. And man, I'm sorry. I've been putting too much ink on it, and I was gonna redo it when I unfolded it, and I heard no. So I put it in the oven. I let it dry. Some time has passed, and I believe we started with earthly tones, and this is like immediately giving me a tree, a hollow tree. We can see the trunk here, and we can see that hollow space, and then we can see the blue in all the outcropping of the leaves, the canopy, and that's our water. That could be our emotions. I'm also kind of gave the idea of energy. If we think of the tree, normally it holds a lot of water in that trunk, in the main beam, and the fact that it's hollow, we can look at that as a reservoir or a well. There's no blue in there, and it's all outside. It is uh, kind of came to me as like, I don't want to say this and upset people, but possibly a mask outside that we're putting all of our energy into supporting that. But in the very beginning, it gave the idea of extending all of our energy out there to everything external, to the presentation, to how we appear, holding this up. And we don't have anything in it. I don't want to say it that way, but like it's not inside. It's not holding us up inside. It's not our foundation inside. We're putting all the energy onto how I look, how I'm expressing myself, how and it's probably led by how people perceive me. Uh I just got this deck, and I just used it on a video right before this. So we'll get one card from it because that's what we're doing. Looks like two. Cracked open. 100% here. This energy is escaping. Uh, rock bottom, surrender to the alchemy of life. Maybe we're at rock bottom. I would say the realization of this, uh, I would portray as uh, I'm done trying to do it this way. I can't do it this way. I can't hold this up anymore. I can't present myself in this image or light or however we want to look at it. We also got the great severing, and that touches on Mars energy, anger, conflict, softening to love. Uh, Leading with the idea of uh, extending everything out there to present ourselves this certain way and not get anything back. What's the point of this? Why was I doing this? We can be angry at the external for not being received well, but also at ourselves. Uh, we can put a lot of effort into these things, and when we don't see the rebuttal or the, I don't know if that's the right word, the reflection coming back. What was the point of this? What was the point of this? Well, the great severing. We're cutting the tie from that. We're not going to lead with this anymore. We are going to repair what is open, this leakage, this point, this purpose of doing this way. Kind of see, I normally don't reference the pictures as much, and I probably should. So in this one, what stood out was it appeared the water, the stream there running in between, and the mountains are dry now. Here in the ink blot, uh, we don't have that stream in the middle. It is all on the mountains. It's flourishing everything else external of us and nothing internal. as well as in this picture we can see a High Priestess reversed, disconnected. I'm really not trying to be aggressive here and hurt people's feelings, but I know I just trigger people by breathing. So please just have an open mind here. We're trying to get to a good place. Being disconnected from our intuition, inner knowing, all these kind of things, we're really living in, and I don't want to say the word 3D, but I don't know a better way to explain it. Earthly matter, material, the external, really letting that be our guiding force. This is how I look. This is how I'm presenting myself. These are the things that I have. I surround myself with all of these items and things, uh, not so much to make myself feel better, but with the idea that you see me that way. And when you see me that way, that's what I'm seeking. There's something behind there. There's an internal motive that we may not be aware of. Uh, it's probably a wounding of some sort or an insecurity. And through this process of me putting all of my energy out there to create this image or facade of myself in the external is solely based on uh, what you, the external, is going to give back to me, how you see me, how you perceive me, who I am to you. And through that, my motive is to fill this void inside of me. When really, by doing this, I have created such a larger void within me, probably not knowingly, but as we can see, there's voids everywhere, and the way that we're going about it is probably all we knew. It's the only way that we knew that worked. It worked probably for a bit. I think I did a message on this, well, a couple messages like this, but uh, with this action, we were trying to fill something inside, and if we really think about the external and going there for validation or acceptance or energy or anything in general, uh, they're the ones that created the void in the first place. If we really think of that, a wound or an insecurity that anyone and everyone has, it came from something out there. Someone said something, someone did something, a situation happened, and we created, we took a hold of that. We identified with that. We put it deep down inside, and we either uh, created a bubble around it to survive, or we created a complex or a behavior out of it to survive, to get what we needed that we didn't have. That void is always there, and we'll constantly be seeking and grabbing at things to fill it. And this process here was uh, that, hey, I go to the external and they'll give it to me if I show up in a certain way. And through that, we emptied ourselves, because in the end, we're supposed to be creating this all inside, a strong foundation inside, not the external to support this. Tempers reversed, disharmony, 100%, 100%. A lot going on here. A lot of energy outside, trying to fill the inside, and we just have it backwards. Seven of Pentacles reversed, frustration. Yeah, what was the point of this? The anger. Going back to this card here. What was the point? What was the point of all this? What I wanted isn't there, or it's not given to me. It's not happening. It's not returning. Why? Why am I doing this? Why did I do this? And this is this realization. Page of Wands, enthusiasm. This is the turning point from the realization. We might even be a bit upset more with ourselves, but when we come to the understanding and it all starts to make sense, we obviously have a different view on it, and we can regain this, and we don't have to be asshole about it or mean or rude or whatever it may be. Uh, it's just like, okay, I'm done. I'm gonna I'm gonna turn this around. I'm gonna pull all oops. I'm gonna pull all this water back into me. Pull that right down my column. I'm going to work on, we can view that as our chakras, working on some of those, getting everything in line, the flow, and in time, we will see our well fill back up with water. If we think of a well in the ground, it is hidden, it is underground. We never know how much water is in there unless we did research. That's not the point. It is hidden. It is foundation, just like a house. The foundation, the footer is underground. We cannot see that. Only we know. And when that is full, then, if we so desire, we can send energy outward. But until then, we need to focus on pulling all of this back into us. And indirectly, through that process, we heal. We don't need the external to provide what it was that we were seeking. And indirectly, through that process, they will provide what we always wanted in the beginning, but we really don't need it anymore then because we've done it through ourselves. Five of Cups reversed, positivity. This is underneath the great severing. All this anger, this frustration, softening to love, it says. Positivity. We're all entitled to our emotions, and we should have them. We shouldn't suppress them. But the easiest way to, I don't know if it's the easiest way, but the best way to handle them is understanding why we're having it in the first place, to resolve it. If we're in a place that we don't want to be, or we don't really like that reflection of ourselves, let's find out why. Why do we feel this way? And we got to dig in there a bit. We got to deep dive in and really figure out, what this is underlined to, and be honest with ourselves and not placate around it. We'll get one last card here. Spirit. Wheel of Fortune reversed. Temporary delay. When I was doing this, I forgot to read the book. So we'll end on reading these two cards. But temporary delay, there's going to be a bit of one because we have some stuff to work through. And not to be upset with ourselves through this. What do we got? Cracked open. 52. Don't let the weight and density of the world squash your tender spirit. Instead, let it call even more of it home into your body. At the center, front of your life, it's through the extreme pressures of life's trials that diamonds are cultivated. It's when things are at their darkest that we cultivate proper faith and our light is ignited. It's through the crumbling that we can allow our wounds to be alchemized. Let your pain, sorrow, and losses make you, not break you. Let life alchemize your tragedies into gold. Be open to being cracked open, wide open. It's the difficult times that help us grow in leaps and bounds, and in ways we could only dream were possible. But first, they have to crack us open. Sometimes it hurts like hell. It's nature's way. Whether you let it happen or not, it's going to happen. So surrender to the process. It's how the light gets in. When your heart cracks open, a space is created for your soul to more fully enter. When your soul cracks open, a space is created for the grace of the Holy Spirit to enter. Let your trials, your sorrows, your pains, and your losses transform you into more and more of yourself. Stay open to the possibilities that your tragedies, your losses, your sorrows, and your hurt happen for you, not to you. Bless the thing that broke you down and cracked you open, because the world needs you open. Surrender to the alchemy of life. And then we get into the great severing. 72. This is a shadow card, one that may feel confrontational. Don't be afraid. It's here to bring to the surface anything that's standing in the way of letting love in. The wearing planet of Mars is our constant reminder that it's important to soften, forgive, and find our way back to love. There are many things in the human experience that make it difficult for our heart and soul to stay open and in the never ending source of love. We're all wounded, and our unconscious wounds inflict wounds on others. It can feel like a never ending dance we can never escape. If we aren't careful, before long we'll see the world as a scary, dangerous place where fear and anxiety roam free. If this card surfaces, it could be for two reasons. Firstly, for you to acknowledge the difficult emotions, situations, conflicts, wounds, and fears that are causing you pain and anxiety. And secondly, for you to find your way back to love. When we're hurt, it's normal to close off our heart to the world, to let the painful experience conform the agony of separation in earthly life. Soften and find your way back to love anyway. When fear, anxiety, and paranoia paralyze you, it's normal to want to hide away from others and the world. Come out of your cave and soften your heart anyway. We're all innocent children spinning our way around the world. Find a way to see the innocent in all people, especially yourself. So, I felt like I was a bit all over the place, but I would imagine we've already came to this realization, or this message brought us to this realization, and we're in a place to pull back here. We're in a place to pull all this back, focus on ourselves, and navigate our ways through our wounds or our insecurities, understand why we may have been doing certain behaviors, what we were seeking in the end, and in return, healing and creating that within ourselves through this introspection. If this resonated, feel free to like, comment, share, subscribe, and I will talk to you all later. See ya.